This week's CQM forecast alert compares CQM with GDPNowcast by Atlanta and New York FRBs. Many major monthly economic indicators have been updated this week. On the expenditure side, the decrease in business inventory change was significant. And on the income side, the decreases in both corporate profits and non-farm proprietors' income were large. As a result, the economic growth rate in 2021 Q2 was revised downward by 1.51% and 1.94%, respectively on the expenditure side and income side. The average economic growth rate on both the expenditure and income sides, which is close to BEA's GDO concept, has been revised downward by 1.72% to 4.07%. This slide is GDPNowcast for 2021 Q2 by Atlanta FRB. The forecast tended to be higher than the blue chip consensus. As of June 16, Atlanta FRB forecast real GDP growth rate to be 10.3%, much higher than CQM. Atlanta FRB GDPNowcast is an approach from the expenditure side. This slide is GDPNowcast by New York FRB. The forecast tended to be lower than the blue chip consensus. As of June 18, New York FRB forecast economic growth rate in 2021 Q2 to be 3.69%. This is close to CQM's forecast on the expenditure side, 3.55%. New York FRB's approach is like PCA approach. This table shows economic indicators updated in Atlanta GDPNowcast. CQM does not use both new and existing home sales and survey statistics such as ISM non-manufacturing industries. This table shows monthly economic indicators updated in New York Fed GDPNowcast. CQM uses neither building permit nor capacity utilization, and CQM does not use survey statistics such as New York State Manufacturing Survey. Forecast changes in CQM this week are larger than those in GDPNowcast. The main reason is that GDPNowcast did not update April business inventories. In addition, the large increase in May PPI has significantly reduced the inventory valuation adjustment in CQM, while GDPNowcast seems to not consider inventory valuation adjustment due to PPI. Conclusion from this week's CQM forecast alert. First, CQM uses only basic statistics to construct NYPA items. Therefore, CQM are narrowly defined expenditure and income sides approach. Second, PCA can use monthly indicators such money supply and stock prices so on other than basic statistics. Third, Atlanta FRB GDPNowcast is widely defined expenditure side approach. New York FRB GDPNowcast is a kind of PCA type approach. Since the New York FRB uses a very wide range of statistics, the GDPNowcast may be suitable for the New York FRB. This slide contains information about this week's detailed CQM forecast, the original developer of CQM, and CQM theory papers.